Good day, happy travelers. Vacation travel hacks here, back talking about shore excursions. This time we are talking about the Port of Spain, Trinidad. We're researching some options to see what's going on. And the first option is always the free options. What can we do that's for free? So we'll be on this ship December 23rd through the 30th, Royal Caribbean. I'm looking at what they're offering right here. So if I want to spend some money, it looks like I have some things to do. But I always like to see what's going on. So we go to Google Maps and we go down. Here's looks like here's Tobago, here's Trinidad. Scarborough's the next day. So zoom in a little bit more, a little bit more. Oh, there's a bird sanctuary not too far away. Going to zoom in a little bit more on the coastline. All right, a little bit further yet. I see a cruise ship. That's a good sign. And all right, here we go. So just right off the bat, looks like we are in a urban area. It's good. Now, there's a big difference between me walking off the boat in an urban industrial area and then, of course, an urban tourism area. Let's see which as well. I see it's not unusual for islands to have a port where the cruises go, but also a port where the cargo goes. And that is the same here. So I will say left of the ship is not for me. Now, if I get off the boat here, it looks like I am in a cruise complex. That's good here. Oh, hey, wait. Welcome to Port of Spain. So if you have a balcony here, you can take some pictures of the top of the cruise complex, and I'm sure duty-free goods can be purchased here. If you walk, it looks like if you walk through, you're going to be going down this road right here, Port of Spain International sign. Looks like there might be a sign there where you can get selfies, maybe. This, huh. There's some of the cargo boats. It doesn't like scream Port of Spain sign, but I am these pictures definitely allow me to orient. So that is the Hyatt. So I am orientating myself here. But yeah, it doesn't scream anything that would say there's a sign there, but oftentimes there is something there. All right, so I walk out here and it looks like there's a road. I can eat breakfast at a shed. Not much of a shed breakfast guy. What is that? Is that an embassy? Eastern. Oh no, that's a credit union. All right, so this is definitely doesn't. Okay, so I am not in a touristy part of the town, other than this Hyatt has a really good view of stuff. So if I walk out to Dock Road, all right, cool. So no. This free isn't going to be for me. It wouldn't appear. And the other thing I like to go is, what is my walking distance to a beach? Here's an Invader Bay, but that doesn't scream to me that that is a place where tourists might necessarily go to the beach. So I have to zoom out a little bit. I'm coming to the conclusion very quickly that this isn't. There's a landfill. It's good to know. All right. So this isn't going to be a place for free excursions. So I'm going to look at what Royal Caribbean has. So the day before this, we were in a port where there isn't really too many beach options, maybe because Barbados is where we were at. So a beach could be in for today. I don't necessarily get any reviews using the Royal Caribbean site, so I'm going to have to calibrate my options. But it looks like we're in port for quite some time, as what I have here is about a 5-hour stop. Otherwise, depending upon who you are, maybe you're a scenic drive person. Looks like pretty reasonable price. Oh, we did see the bird sanctuary on the map, didn't we? The bird sanctuary was just off to our right a little bit, hopefully not near the landfill. Here's the bird sanctuary. So it looks like if you want to go to the bird sanctuary, it's not too far away. I don't want to say it's walking distance. It looks like it's a pretty good haul. There's a monastery. I bet you can do some rum tasting there. Oh, kayak with the birds. 4x4 adventure, and then there's the hike to the waterfall. Okay, so this is what my cruise ship's offering. If you're on a Princess cruise ship, there is also 9 excursions to consider. The beach was also there. Is Royal Caribbean a little cheaper? $52. Oh, hey, I'm saving some money. All right. There's also a little tour drive. There's a little culture show. Looks like Princess has a few more options. Monastery, distillery. So okay, we're calibrated here. There's a waterfall, the bird sanctuary, and a 4x4 adventure. So it looks like there's the beach. So the offerings are similar. Price is comparable between the two cruise ships. So now at least hey, I can look at a review because Royal Caribbean doesn't allow me the opportunity to look at reviews. Let me see if Princess. Let's see what these people are telling us about the reviews. So I don't necessarily need to read the description for this particular activity, but if you're ever unsure as to what's being offered, feel free to take a look. I want to see why it's a B. No, 3 reviews. People aren't too terribly happy. Bring money. There for 2 hours. Okay, so okay, so they were kind of upset. Red flag, so no snorkeling that day. Bus ride was uneventful. I like uneventful bus rides. If it's a memorable bus ride, it's typically not memorable for the good reasons. 4 chairs, $5. Okay. Oh, then another. Okay. So this is good to know. Uh, good to know. So I paid one guy for chairs, then another guy says came by for money for the chairs as well. Okay, so I can kind of see what's what's going on here. All right, so next is to another excursion site that I trust is Viator, Viator, and so I'd go into Trinidad. Now this is tricky because Trinidad and Tobago, it's having a hard time kind of sorting one from the other, so I wouldn't necessarily be too sure what I was getting. Tobago is the next day, and it's another island right away. But Port of Spain, if I see the word Port of Spain, I'm going to be pretty confident that I am where I am. So if you're going to a place and you kind of want to check it out, you can kind of see the price. I would just make sure, even if I put in Port of Spain, which is what I thought I did. Let's go here, just sort it out, Port of Spain. Here we go, Port of Spain. This should filter it out a good bit. There we go. And ta-da, there's the bird. So we filtered it a little bit more. Psst, we have filters. Thank you. Thank you for the filter alert. All right. There's a beach, day trip to a different beach. So, okay, now let's talk about this for a minute. I am on a third-party excursion site. I was previously looking at Princess and Royal Caribbean site. There are pros and cons to booking for either. Now, booking third party, it is not unusual for it to be cheaper, perhaps significantly cheaper than booking through the cruise line. If, as you probably hear in my other videos, it's worth noting that if the bus breaks down, if it gets canceled, if you have a bad experience, in other countries, it's not unusual for people to maybe not give you the same sort of treatment. Maybe a refund could be due, but you might not get it booking through third party. So the Royal Caribbean and Princess are more inclined to appropriate compensation should anything occur. And lastly, and most important, I always save the best for last. If something happens and you book through a third party and you returning to the ship becomes complicated for any number of reasons, but the vehicle breaking down, the vehicle return vehicle not showing up, it's island time. Let's be honest. I've been in the islands enough to know that things don't. It's island time. Things can run a little late. If you are late to the ship and you're not booked through an excursion through them, that ship probably won't wait for you. And you'll just need to, well, for me, I'll have to end up on Tobago. And lucky, actually, there's a ferry. So it wouldn't be an impossible task to get there. I would just be on the hook for it. But if you're in a different island, let's say St. Martin, I need to get to San Juan, there's not a lot of ferries between the two. So anyway, long story short, risk and reward. So that's why I always tend to lean heavily, 98% of the time, I'll book the Royal Caribbean. But I like to know what my options are and see here we get some reviews. So I And oh, there's a fort there. That's a pretty cool little fort. There's the waterfall. Looks like I can go through the city of Trinidad, Port of Spain there. Looks like some carnival. There's okay. Don't know if I'm going to be able to take my child to that, if that is going on during that time. Here's the beach. All right, I want to take a look at the reviews here for the beach. So the other people were sold chairs and they weren't happy about that. Now we can get some reviews here about that experience. A little bit higher, several 5-star reviews and just 1 2-star review. Great trip, amazing tour guide. So we have lots of options there. And lastly, when in doubt, you can always go to TripAdvisor to get a calibrated option. So I have some stuff to do, and I will certainly consider doing it. And Port of Spain, now you're oriented onto it. No beach within walking distance. And I'll see you on the next video. Travel safe.